Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boomer Bus channel. I'm your host Terry. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. It's a sad time for the Bears fans. Look, we're tanking. That's just what it is. We are tanking. Our off season so far has told me personally, it called me, got my phone number and called me in the middle of the night and was like, Terry, I've been drinking, but I gotta tell you, we tanking. And I'm like, I know, I get it. And so, look, this is kind of what we all might have expected with a brand new regime and everything. And I guess going into the second year of your quarterback not knowing what he is 100%, didn't even have a full season. I mean, what else you supposed to do? You got people that have talent and could command money, like Allen Robinson, Akeem Hicks, a Khalil Mack. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But you got people like that, potentially a Eddie Jackson, that we're not really going to win next year. And so what do you really want to do besides kind of retool, get some assets, and get to a place where you could load up while letting these young, talented people kind of learn and grow? So it's a rebuild, and I know they bending over backwards to say we're not rebuilding. It's a retool. It's a reallocation of assets. It's a reevaluation. It's more of a reset, not a, reboot or, and no, we are cleaning out expensive assets and using that to leverage draft capital and money. And then we are going to more than likely try to compete at a level to get a high pick next year and add more talent that way while still having a cap that allows us to pursue free agents. So it's fine. It's more than likely a year process. This is not a great class in the draft, and next year seems to be a little more promising. So we are going to take advantage of all those things, and we're going to we're going to change it up. And so I'm not saying tanking in the sense of the NBA. We can't do that in the NFL. But in the sense of we're not going to try that hard. So you look at not only the moves of the veterans, but you look at the moves we've done in free agency, and that tells you all you need to know. And again, I try not to get super caught up because sports media does this too, where they act like they know what the team has done and who they've talked to, and they just can say, we didn't even try. You don't know. You don't know. And so I don't know. I really don't. But I am hard pressed to believe that it is likely that we didn't have the money or the ability to woo some of the players that have been wooed. And so I look at the free agency, and not even the ones that have gone, but the ones that are still there. And I just sit here and wonder, okay, maybe it's a chance that one or two players are like, I'm only going to a contender. But was it a chance as all these quality players are saying that? So I have to believe it's on us that we're not pursuing certain things. And there's nothing about going for broke. It's things that I think are easy. Like Lucas Patrick, we'll see. And I'll be honest, I don't know what he was. I don't even know his situation last year. But, that's fine. But J.C. Treader, come on, he's there. After getting cut because of a cap hit, look, he'll probably take less money. Also, the PA president, even though the PA is horrible, that's a nice asset. And, I mean, he was there. He's still there. And then Lyle Collins gets available. You could talk to him. I mean, and other O-linemen and another number of defensive people as well. So I just, so right now, and I didn't even pull the list up in front of me. I don't even know if it's worth it. But You got Pringle from Kansas City, which, yes, anything Kansas City's going, Ryan Poles connection. But Pringle was, they keep saying third. He wasn't even third. You talk about Kelsey and Hill, and then Nicole Hartman, and, maybe then Pringle. And he's made plays, and I haven't said he hasn't. But that's just not, that doesn't move the needle. So you're at because I've said this in the draft and everywhere else. Receivers are a dime a dozen. So don't tell me when teams like the Browns have Amari Cooper and it's like, well, what else? We got to get something else. What else are we going to put with this? You got the Falcons, Kyle Pitts. Even if Calvin Ridley was playing, what else are we going to put with this? So you got teams with way better talent than us at receiver, and they're still like, yo, we need to get something else. So Brian Pringle is not. It is not a get. It's not a huge get. And Equanimous St. Brown as well from the Packers. Who knows? 4th, 5th, 6th. Who knows? Aaron Rodgers throws to a lot of people. Can't say he's a big-time target. Talented. His brother's going off in Detroit. A lot of NFC North, with that family. So, okay, cool. We'll see. But, again, not even trying. You got Jarvis Landry out there. You got OBJ out there. Obviously, you had Allen Robinson and you let him walk. And we see that he still got some value out there. And just, a number of things. And that's who we go with at these two receiver spots. Then we were going to get Ogun, and I'm glad we didn't. I'm really glad. I see people talking about how they were upset. I am perfectly fine. Look, Ogunjobi, not going to act like I follow his career since he entered the league. Average prospect coming out, I remember, out of Charlotte. And so we know he's with the Bengals. And what is interesting to me is I rarely see this. I rarely see this where he signed or reported agreed with us. And there were so many people from the Cincinnati media where it was like, I have no idea why they paid him that much. He was not good. BJ Hill was way better than him. And BJ Hill got paid less. And a lot of other people that are just like, Ogunjobi was just very sporadic and not great last year. And look, we obviously saw the Bengals in the playoffs, and I knew he was there. But yeah, no, I've never, even when he was in Cleveland, I just never seen him as some game changer. So typically, when somebody gets money like that, I'm like, okay, he might have had a little flash season, and everybody's like, no, he really didn't. It wasn't a good season. So I'm like, why are we paying him? And so that concerns me, but again, I'm glad we got out of it. We'll see if we double back. And so we got Justin Jones, who I think is way better. I think now that's a very undercover, I think, hidden gem, and I think it's going to work out better for us, even though we don't really know what the scheme is yet. And so we get Muhammad out of Indianapolis. Now, we haven't gotten as many Colts as I thought, but I knew he was going to get one, at least one. But I've been afraid and still am. Like, it's going to be Xavier Rhodes. It's going to be this guy. It's going to be another guy from the Colts. And I don't want that. I honestly don't. I wasn't. Their defense plays solid as a unit, which is a credit to the staff, but individual talent-wise, I never was a big fan of that team. So we'll see what we continue to do. But, again, that's another pick where it's like, okay. And then I know we got the long snapper. We got a running back. I can't remember 100%. I feel like I'm missing somebody. We signed somebody else. But again, the point is, all in all, these signings aren't... It's not I don't care about a splash. I care about what makes sense and what gives us talent. And I don't think any of these really do that. I don't think it moves the needle, in terms of where we were. And, I just don't think it's a huge contribution. Okay, so talked about Pringle, and it's a 1 year. We'll see. Economist, St. Brown, 1 year. Which again, all this kind of tells me is like we're just putting in placeholders. And the long snapper, Patrick, who said he was going to play center, Justin Jones, Nicholas Mororo. So I just, whatever. And honestly, I mean, again, different scheme, but honestly, as I said before, I think Alec Ogletree should come back. He played amazing. I would have much rather him come back, but. We'll see. I mean, I don't know how Bryce Callahan's injury is, but he's even out there, and we know how well he did for us. So it's just, I don't know. I would say with our situation, cap, draft, roster, new coaching staff, new GM, all that, and these moves, I would say we're going into tank mode in terms of we're not trying to win a lot. And if we're not, with no sense in spending a bunch of money and going crazy, let's keep it to very middle of the road talent or veterans, and then let's draft some young guys we're excited about. Hopefully, get them some playing time. Hopefully, Justin takes a step. We gotta increase the O-line at least to a point he's not getting killed. And then we'll let the chips fall where they may. And hopefully that is in the top 10. And then we'll go from there. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like. And it's a little unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. It's one thing to say, okay, we're not in that space. That's not the mode we're in as far as competing for a championship. That's one thing. It's another to actively try to be mediocre. And I'm not looking forward to that. So, but again, I don't go crazy over free agent alone. We'll see what we do in the draft, and we'll see kind of what this roster looks like. But right now, not great. Not great. So go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about the signings, free agency so far. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.